Hey Sagittarius, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we're going to take what works and leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, you can go check your other major placements if you like. Don't try to make it fit or shoehorn anything in here. So we're going to start off with some intuitive hits from these oracle cards. And then we'll... I've got Work Your Light, Moonology, and Oracle Mystical Moments here. And then we're going to move to the Golden Tarot for a more traditional spread. All right, any volunteers for Sagittarius? Okay, that looks good. Oh, God. Yeah, I love these ones. Man. Okay, we have Rose Garden here. We've got, you've changed, you've grown. Looks like you've grown some boundaries, too, that you're able to protect yourself a little better than you were before. Not quite as vulnerable as you were before. This is beautiful. This is good energy because your job here is to blossom and to grow, and you can't blossom and grow if just any old cow or goat can come in and munch on your blossoms, right? And take your time, take your energy that you need to grow something very beautiful. So you may have, you've definitely changed, and you've learned how to protect yourself and how to protect your dream and how to be a little bit more protective of that, of what you're here to do. I love these cards. Oh my God. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. You're already doing it. So you're already on your way. You're already headed somewhere. There's not a big mystery about where you're going and what you want to do. You are already doing it. So you can stop thinking about it and stop... stop thinking about it. Stop overthinking about it. Stop debating whether you should or you shouldn't. You already are. You already are. Pillar of Light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. This is about communication. This is about communicating something very true to yourself, very clear. And it could be these boundaries here too. But communicating something very true to yourself. You are learning. You are growing. You are already doing it. You have a lot of power right now, and you have a lot of clarity. The ever unfolding rose, possibly one of my favorite cards, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. This is an absolutely crucial understanding for growth and movement forward. Keeping the heart open. You are safe in difficulty. Everything is going to be okay. It's happening for you, not to you. This setting of these boundaries can oh man, if you're new at that, that is hard work and feels like trauma, is setting a boundary, especially the way people react to them, right? But it's your right to protect your dream and to protect what you want to do. So it's happening for you, not to you. So something may be challenging you, challenging your boundaries, but that's for you to grow these thorns. So now I'm seeing that maybe you're in the process of changing and in the process of growing some thorns and some self-protection. It can feel awful to have people pushing at you, people trying to pull at you, people trying to pull your energy, people trying to tell you what to do, people trying to make decisions for you. It can feel awful, but it's all in the purpose of you pushing out these thorns and learning how to protect yourself. It's happening for you, not to you. Everything is always working out for you, and whatever's happening and whatever's going on right now is for your benefit and for your future and for you to grow and become a stronger person. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. You need to speak up, even though it sounds horrible, perhaps, for you. I don't know. And you're already onto something. You're already well on your way. So whatever's like interrupting you or pulling at you isn't about trying to redirect you. It's about you having to grow a skill, grow something. Your oracle, your light is rising, right? So your vibration is rising. So you're growing, you're learning something here, you're developing something here, you're growing, And if it's painful, it's not because you're trying, sometimes that's a redirection, right? But this is not a redirection. This is a growth. Redirection can be growth too, but this is all about your growth, and developing a part of yourself, possibly an ability to protect yourself from energy vampires. I don't want to label other people, because people are rarely like, oh yes, I am an energy vampire. I mean, they don't see themselves that way. And we don't need to like label or name call. We can just say, this energy doesn't work for me, or the way you interact with me isn't working for me, without saying you're an awful person. We can just say, this doesn't work for me. This isn't what I want. So it sounds like this is a bit of a difficult spot, communicating boundaries, communicating what you want, but you're on your way. You already know what you need to do. All right. So Sagittarius, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, your to-do list, your possible outcome. Okay, we have in your recent past a King of Cups. This could be a person, this could be someone else, or this could be you, or a vibe, really. We've got emotional maturity. An emotionally mature person, male or female. A lot of tumult, a lot of shit going down here. And there they are, they're able to handle it. You know, so maybe in the past you were able to handle everything. You were able to deal with this. You were able to deal with it. Your cup was sturdy. Your cup was on a solid rock here. While the rest of the emotions and everything were just in tumult and strife. But the inner cup was calm, and someone was able to handle quite a bit of tumultuous activity very calmly, very zen-like. Okay, all of this shit's going down, but I'm in charge. I'm the king of my emotions. I'm the king of myself, and that's not control, but that's just being able to absorb and work through emotions and handle them, right? So this was a King of Cups, very zen, very capable of handling their own situation and handling their own inner life, their own psyche, and being able to handle a situation. What it looks like now, though, is that the situation, you've handled it for a while now, and you've maybe handled somebody else's inability to contain their own emotions. That's what happens when we're not emotionally mature, is other people have to hold those things for us, and other people have to come in and deal with it more maturely. And so you might have been the mature person here, the emotionally mature person, handling other people's meltdowns, other people's temper tantrums, other people's what they're doing, and you're not only handling yourself, but you're handling everything that's being thrown at you by less stable people in your environment. 10 of Wands here is where you're at currently, ready to put the burden down. Right now, you're ready. You're done. You don't want to do this anymore. You don't want to carry other people's emotional water anymore. You don't want to do it. You're done. And you have come to the place where we put our burdens down. This is the dock. You've hit that wall, and you're at that dock where you're putting your burden down. It's time to end this. It's time to, you've come to the end here. I feel like 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords is more like the situation itself ends. 10 of Wands is more like, I'm done. I am done with the situation. I'm done carrying the burdens that were mine. I'm done, doing the emotional heavy lifting of the situation. I'm done dealing with everything you want to throw at me. I don't want to deal with it anymore. You deal with your feelings. You deal with your emotions. I'm dealing with mine, but you're going to need to deal with yours, because I don't want to carry this burden anymore. I don't want to hold on to this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this routine, this song and dance we have, this dynamic where I'm carrying everything, which is what it looks like from the cards, where I'm doing most of the work. I don't want to do this anymore. So you're sort of at some sort of end of, I'm done. I'm putting this down. I don't want to touch it anymore. This is very difficult. Like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of difficult energy here of you having to change a dynamic and grow some boundaries or something like that. New boundaries. It's not like you've never had them before. It's just in this situation that we're talking about. You're wanting to put up some better boundaries here and not carry other people's garbage around for the rest of your life. They got to deal with their own stuff. We've all got, our cup we've all got a lot of issues that we're dealing with, and it's not fair to be asked to deal with other people's as well as yours. So, and that's a fine line, and it moves depending on age and relationships and that kind of thing. It's not static, but for you, you've reached some sort of breaking point here in this situation where you don't want to do it anymore. Your current situation, you're trying to figure out where this is all going. High Priestess. You're trying to understand, you're trying to see where this is all going, but you can't. You're a little bit blocked. You could be delving into spirituality, maybe looking for some help from tarot or for some other things, but you are... The High Priestess, this is about really trying to connect with your intuition, really trying to see. So you may be like, maybe you don't know, maybe you don't know what happens after you put this burden down, or after you start saying no, or start refusing this situation and its pull on you. Maybe you really don't know, and you're trying to figure it out. Like, where does this all go? What happens next? But the High Priestess also is about not being able to see on purpose where this goes, because it's almost like the choice to put the burden down or to set up the boundary is the point of this journey. That's the point, is you getting stronger. It's happening for you. You getting stronger. You have to do this exercise in order to get to the next step. So you might be wanting to move forward with your life, or wanting to see where this is all going. And the High Priestess always shows up for me. She says, I'm not telling you, you can't see where this is going, because the journey is the point. Like, if I show you the point, then you'll just want to jump over to that. Let's just do that then, instead of go through these steps. But you're being asked to really put up these boundaries and put down a burden and not carry it. And if you knew what was going to happen, you might rush to the end. You know, if you were going A, B, C, D, you know, down the alphabet, and these were all different parts, and you knew you were going to end up in Z, why not just go A to Z? Why not just fly there? But you need to hit that B, C, D, these other points, because they bring you to Z in the end. But the point is the journey, not the end destination. And that's what the High Priestess here tells me, is that something about setting up this boundary is important. The very act of doing it, the very act is what is one of the main things. It's something that you're here to learn very specifically, how to put down other people's burdens, specifically in this situation. There's something, you have to get this. You have to do this thing. You can't just skip to the part where the boundaries are all set and we pretend this never happened or whatever. This is really crucial. So you're looking for where this is going, what's going on. You know intuitively that you have to do this, that this is something that this is something that's probably needed to have been done for a long time. You know all that. So you might be struggling with faith, or wanting to see more, wanting to see where it all goes, but you're not getting shown that. Ace of Cups reverse. So there's no new emotional beginning going on here. There's no renewal. There's no hope, really. You're feeling quite hopeless about the situation. There's not a new, this cup here is empty. You may be feeling very drained, very depleted and exhausted. Of course, you've been carrying this burden for like how many miles and years and decades you've been carrying a burden here. So it's got you feeling very drained. The whole situation feels very draining. And it's just you're not getting that new start, that beautiful new loving intention. It's just not here. There's not an intention of love here. There's not an intention of emotional connection here. And it's just a very draining place where the situation is. In your environment, you have Two of Swords. This could be you. This could be something going on in your environment. No, this could be somebody else in your environment, or this could be just the situation itself is blocked. There's some sort of intuitive hit here, and you're really trying to get in touch with your intuition here, but it's way in the distance and somebody's back is turned to it. There's just a blockage here, some stubbornness, some really strong stubbornness. You may have attempted to put up boundaries before, and they're just not having it. The other person in this situation, or the other party in the situation, could be work, whatever. They're just not they just don't want to see it. They don't know. They don't care. They're not having it. In your environment, there's either a very stubborn person or a very stubborn problem that's not budging, not moving, definitely not listening. And it's a very blocked energy. They don't want to hear your new ideas. They don't want to, I mean, it's there, that intuition's there, but they don't want to hear it. They don't want to talk about it. This is the two. So the two of this, there could be some overthinking here, some bad communication, and just a lot of stubbornness. I just see this heavy, super duper heels drug in stubbornness here. Not moving. The situation is not moving at all. Your to-do list, Page of Cups. Page is going to be learning, really exploring emotions, exploring your feelings, not being surprised, not being shocked by what you find, allowing them all to come to flow. We've got this King of Cups in the past. I thought that this is, I got the vibe that this might be you, this might be somebody else. Oh my gosh, there goes my heater. I thought that, oh, I better leave that open or I'll forget. And then I'll be cold and shivering and like, why am I always cold? Because it's like 60 degrees in here now, lady. Turn off the heater. So this could have been you, and then it's sort of like who had achieved some level of mastery, but now we're kind of back at the beginning. Like, start learning all over again. Beginner mind, really exploring how you actually feel. Not this might have been putting a brave face on something and not being in touch with your actual feelings, but sort of a compliance, able to handle stuff. But now it's time for you to get into your own feelings again. How do you feel? Start exploring that. Start exploring this. We've got this drained cup. Do you feel drained? Then you need to explore that and figure out why that is and what's going on here. There are certain people that are very draining to our energy, and I think it's very important to pay attention to that. You may not like that. These may be people that you think should be close. They may be first order relatives. They may be spouses. But if you're feeling drained around anybody, whether you think you should feel drained around them or not, you need to pay attention to that. Martha Beck has some really good work in The Joy Diet, a book that she has, not about dieting or food at all, but just about habits. And one of those habits is paying attention about who rejuvenates you, who makes you excited, and who doesn't, and really starting to understand that. That journey of accepting your feelings and listening to them and paying attention to them can take, it's a lifelong journey, and it takes years to really start to see the effects of how you have communicated, how you feel, and paying attention to that. So I feel like you're already starting to pay more attention to how you feel, not what you should be doing. This is coming under the Ten of Swords. The solution to, you should do this, you should be this way, you should do this, the solution to all of that is you just really getting to know your own feelings better, getting to understand your own feelings better, and not being surprised or upset by whatever you find there, but knowing how you feel and getting acquainted. This is starting to understand something. This is the learner learning about your feelings, learning as they are today. You know, every day we sort of need to come into our day as beginners, like I'm new here, how do I feel? So that energy, you need to bring that beginner mind energy into your emotional health and well-being and intelligence, almost like a toddler learning about, those posters. I had one for my kids, those posters with the different faces of how you feel. And then you learn like all these different ways and gradients. You can feel a bunch of things at the same time. So maybe get a poster of how you feel and identify how you feel on that poster. And that's so childish, but that's what the Page of Cups is about, is that childish learning, that ability to go back and learn all over again. It's something that you've known before and see it with new eyes and explore it with new eyes. Four of Coins here is very focused. This is where you're going, a possible outcome. Getting very focused on work. I mean, we have this focus on your emotions and feelings, and this is also a general focus, an infatuation that almost seems to blot out other concerns, but just getting really focused on something in your life. Usually I think of it as work or something like that, but it could be anything. I just feel like it's not obsession, but it's close to it. It's one's removed from obsession. It's just getting very, this could be a focus on work, but focus on your work, focus on working on your life. And that could be money-making work, or that could be some other kind of job or work or something like that. So, getting obsessed with something, I see her, you're not just learning about your feelings, you're kind of really starting to own them, and own what you want, see what you want, and be focused on what do you want out of this situation. You've got this work of putting down this burden and this 10 of Wands. So the way to end something like that or stop doing something is to choose what you do want to do instead, right? So this is getting focused on what you want instead of carrying someone else's burden, instead of carrying all this garbage along. Oh my gosh. That's my printer. It just started. It's like possessed. I don't know what is going on with it, but it just randomly starts and stops printing things. I don't know. So this is really beautiful energy. You're being led. You're being guided right now. It is happening for you, not to you, even though it doesn't feel very comfortable. Your path is before you now. Even if you sometimes lack confidence to trust in the path that you are upon, know this. You cannot miss your destiny. I shall guide your feet and inspire your heart to keep you true to your rightful divine life path. Trust me. Trust yourself. Take your journey now. So beautiful energy about trusting yourself. And I really liked, I shall guide your feet and inspire your heart. So, you know, whatever you want, it can be, it's a guide on your path and on making sure you're right on your path. Those desires, even if you don't understand them right now, are here to guide you and lead you. All right, Sagittarius, thank you for your likes, subscribes, and comments. I very much appreciate them. Hope you have a great week.